which may lead you to thinking a trend is developing. Let's take a look at tonight. This afternoon, LeBron James, he does not want to go down 0-3 to his Staples Center mate.
Oh, I mean, he's just playing bully ball on these guys. He just threw Paul George out of the way, just threw Kawhi out of the way, shakes off Montrezl Harrell and knocks a jumper on him. When LeBron is playing like this bully ball game, watch this drive. He just goes in there, head down. He's impossible. I don't care who you are. They're feeling the full force of LeBron James today, the Clippers are.
Yeah, a lot of times when you have heavyweights like this going at it, you know, there's a process at the beginning where you kind of feeling each other out. And I think that tonight LeBron just came out and he said, hey, I'm just going to hit first. I'm going to throw a haymaker. And, you know, and I'm happy to see it because in the first two games, it wasn't the kind of performance that you're accustomed to seeing LeBron James have when he played the Clippers. But tonight, I think the rest of the guys on the team were waiting for him to do what he's doing tonight, and it's instilling confidence in the rest of the group. And now they feel good about themselves, and it's showing in their play.
Cappy, how much do the first two games impact the way that LeBron is playing now?
It doesn't really impact. But I think, honestly, to LeBron's credit, I haven't seen him this focused since he's won his last championship in Cleveland, and he's been playing really terrific. You can see his focus and his drive to really bring a championship to L.A., and I'm just happy to see him play.
How about, is there a hangover, perhaps? Maybe hangover's not right, because that's a negative connotation, but a carryover from the Giannis matchup?
Well, there's good hangovers, too. And
Yeah, after you win a championship, then next morning
right.
you wake up and think, well, we partied last night.
But no, you know, it's an opportunity for him. You know, people talk about him. He's 17 years in the league. Is he still the best player in the league? And so he went up against the last year's MVP. And he won that matchup. His team won that game. He's going against a guy who is in that conversation as one of the best guys in the league as well tonight in Kawhi. And so, you know, he's establishing that he's not the washed king, that he's still still the king. And like I said, for his team, and tonight what I've seen is him match up more in this game than he did with Kawhi than he did in the previous two. And I think that you know, being a guy that was been on a team, has been one of the others, sometimes you look for your stars to show that prowess. And he's showing that tonight. And like I said, you can see that it's electrifying the rest of the guys on the team.
One of the first plays, Kawhi was on him. He got in the mid-post, ripped and just went at him. And there was none of the jab step. Because every once in a while, when he's in his passive mode, he gets in the jab, jab, jab. I'll take the 18-footer. And the defender says, thank God.
Right.
He just ripped and went and just attacked him. And you were like, ooh, when he's in full attack mode, he's impossible to guard. I don't care who you are. And I'm impressed with him. And I do think I do think they beat the Bucks up. And I think they looked at each other and said, hey, you know what? This is a battle of L.A. Okay, this got to mean something to us. The first two times Clippers beat him, and he, like I say, right now, he is on a roll.
I'm glad you said Battle of L.A. That's what we're going to take a look at. Let's see how this game developed. You mentioned it, Kevin. LeBron James just bully ball to the rim.
Yeah, just threw George out of his way, just kind of going in. And granted, I'll tell you one thing. George came back at him, and they were all playing kind of bully ball. Kawhi, all the big boys were putting their bodies on people, and it was fun to watch, man.
Reggie Jackson, one of the new additions for the Clippers.
Look at this block. That's amazing. He goes the other side, which usually tricks you. LeBron was waiting on him.
Cappy, what about Kawhi Leonard? We talked about him off camera.
Yeah.
Your impressions on how he can dominate a game?
I mean, he's a spectacular player. I love the fact that he plays his own pace, and he's never rushed. He's a very smart, intelligent basketball player, and he's one of my favorites to watch.
He is fun to watch. You guys, Paul George, is this what we're going to get? Have we reached the Paul George pinnacle in terms of his production and output?
Yeah, I mean, his production and output just is directly related to his health. And if he can stay healthy and stay on the court for this team, and they're a completely different team. You know, what you saw in the first half, LeBron and AD had 31 combined, so did Paul George and Kawhi. So what it comes down to a lot of times, they're going to cancel each other out. Who has the best supporting cast? And we know the Clippers have one of the most potent benches in the league, and will the Lakers be able to match that production?
Lakers production continues to excel in the departments of LeBron James and Anthony Davis.
Yeah, I mean, those two guys are as good as it gets. And again, I like when they're in attack mode. I mean, LeBron, you might have missed that shot, but you drew three defenders to you. So you get up on the glass, and the big guys just eat up the glass. Leonard, I agree with you, Cappy. Leonard plays at his own pace, and I love his pace. He takes the shots that he wants to take. And Paul George, finishing off with him, is active again. I saw him settle for jump shots for a long period.
Yes.
Like 5 or 6 weeks, I was actually really concerned about him. When he's putting his head down, he's getting back to the rack, he's making plays for others. He's playing at a really, really high level, Paul George is.
As illustrated by his 31 points and 6 rebounds in this game this afternoon. We will have a further update on this game when we return. Seeing you guys on a quick break. Auto Trader pregame show. We'll be right back.